Hey, it's your boy RD Sports Channel. Hey, today's topic, we're going to be discussing these three offensive linemen that I got. You guys got to stay tuned to find out who it is. I'm projecting these guys to go early in the second round. So we need some offensive linemen. We need them big boys, them big pancake eaters, them big bulldozers. We need somebody that can protect Jaden Daniels and Sam Howell and open up them holes for the renegade. Stay tuned. Find out who I pick coming up next.
Work hard and play hard and grind harder just like that. Work hard and play hard and grind hard. I'll be right back.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the RDG Sports Channel with your boy RDG. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. I want to give a special shout out to all the people who recently subscribed to my channel. I'm nothing without you guys. We on the road to 5,000, baby. We like 70 away or 80 away from 5,000. You guys, I couldn't have achieved this without you. You know what I'm saying? I just want you to know, you guys mean a lot. Anyway, I want to talk about today's video. I want to talk about, draft picks. 2024 draft pick. I'm doing a soft mock of the offensive lineman. I got three offensive linemen that I want you guys to take a look at. And you might already heard about them. You know what I'm saying? They're some of the top linemen in the country. You know what I mean? These three guys that I picked, because I know they're going probably, late first or early second or mid second round. I just wanted to touch on these guys because I think they'll fall right into our lap, being as though we got two early picks in the second round. You know what I mean? These guys could be beneficiary to us. I want to start off with, well, first of all, I know we couldn't get guys like Olu, those guys of that nature. Those guys going to go early in the first, you know what I mean? They probably go top 10, So I just wanted us, and plus we can fill the void in free agency and stuff like that. So I'm not really worried too much, but we need some defensive ends, and I'm gonna do those next. But today is just going to be about these three offensive linemen. The mock draft right here, just a soft mock draft. It's nothing major. I'm not going all in and try to do a major mock draft. Why every time I'm recording, I forget to turn my volume down on my cell phone. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Let me turn this volume down. I don't know why I'd always want to go off when I'm recording. But anyway, I want to touch on Amarus Mims. I'm just going to read you guys the scouting report summary. Amarus Mims is a standout offensive tackle prospect in the 2024 NFL Draft, showcasing a rare blend of size, athleticism, and strength. His journey to the draft is reminiscent of other late bloomers who made a significant impact in their final collegiate seasons. Despite a limited number of starts and concerns regarding his durability, Mims' physical attributes and on-field performances have kept him in the conversation for a high draft pick. His ability to adapt to various along the offensive line, combined with his innate physical talents, make him an option for NFL teams looking for cornerstone offensive tackle who isn't quite ready yet, but who possesses great upside. And that's pretty much, what we need. We need to get guys in here, being as though we're not going to get them in the first round. We can possibly get one of these three guys in the second round. And we got to work with them. We got to coach them up. That's why we got a different offensive line coach who I didn't like the offensive line coach we had last year, but someone that can teach these guys and bring them along slowly, as the season go on. Maybe that 6-7 game, insert them in, and by that time, he should be ready to go. And when they're not playing in the practice, you put them on the practice squad and stuff like that. Just work with them, build them up. We haven't done that in the past, and I think we didn't develop guys properly. And so now, you got good teachers in here, man. Hopefully, we can get these guys coached up and we can make some Pro Bowls out of these players. Now, the next guy I want to bring in is Tyler Guyton. Tyler Guyton is a guy with size. He's 6'7", 328 pounds, out of Oklahoma. And I also want to touch on Amarus Mims. He's also 6'7". He's a junior out of Georgia, 330 pounds. But back to Tyler Guyton. Read his scouting report. Tyler Guyton stands out primarily for his impact and pass protection, where his frame and athleticism are prototypical. Guyton's adeptness at reading defensive schemes, adeptness at reading defensive schemes, and his quickness is setting up have allowed him to excel as a pass blocker at Oklahoma. His ability to anchor against power moves and lateral quickness to counter speed rushes highlights his potential as a reliable protector on the backside of NFL offenses. However, Guyton's performance as a run blocker, while promising, shows much room for growth. His physical attributes suggest the capacity to dominate in the run game, yet consistency in execution and leverages has been less evident. Improvements in hand placement and driving defenders off the ball are areas where Guyton could enhance his impact, balancing his overall contribution to the offensive line. Overall, Guyton's draft stock is buoyed by his superior pass blocking skills, offering immediate value to teams looking for a tackle capable of safeguarding their quarterback, while his run blocking awaits further development. The foundations are there for Guyton to evolve into a more complete lineman. NFL teams with a pass-heavy approach might find him especially attractive option, viewing him as a project with a high upside that, with targeted coaching, could result in a more balanced and starting level offensive tackle. Again, the guys that I picked is going to be guys in the second round, maybe mid-tier to late first round guys, early to mid-tier second round guys, and on some people's list, maybe third round picks. But for the most part, these are pretty good linemen. And I want to touch back on Amarus Mims. Amarus is out of Georgia. Georgia is known to produce good offensive tackles. Period. The Georgia Bulldogs, they have been known to produce. So I just wanted to touch on Amarus Mims. I forgot to touch on the Georgia. He's a Georgia guy, so that accounts for something, The next guy I want to bring in is Jordan Morgan, offensive tackle out of Arizona, 6'4", 312 pounds. Now, he suffered an ACL in November 2022, which kept him out of the 2023 draft process. He's a position flex player, good footwork, excellent hand placement. All these guys just got to work on their techniques. I'm gonna read the scouting report on Jordan Morgan. Jordan Morgan, with a solid projection as a top 50 pick, is a standout in the 2024 offensive tackle class. Viable for late round, day one or day two at 6'5", 325. His blend of size, athleticism, and skill, especially after bouncing back from an ACL injury, positions him well for the pro game. Morgan's potential as an outstanding pass protector is evident, showcasing balance, strength, and superior leveraging abilities. However, his run blocking skills, while decent, need refinement and expansion beyond basic zone concepts. Despite concerns about his arm length and medical history, Morgan's overall ability and adaptability make him a high-value pick, possibly transitioning successfully to guard if needed. I like the guy because he's position flex, something that Ron Rivera always touched on. Just like Amarus Mims, he can play right or left. So you got to have guys that's flexible, and you can rotate these guys just in case you're running thin on the offensive line. You want to make sure that these guys can play multiple positions and they're not stagnant and just isolated to that one. You know what I mean? So position flex is one of the good traits I learned from Ron Rivera. is providing position flex. And that's a good thing to have guys playing multiple spots, being able to. So that way you don't have to go out there and sign a guy real quick, just to cover that spot because that one guy can't service the job from that particular position. So you want to have guys that you can just rotate, flexibility. You want to have that. The importance of offense of the offensive line, man, I can't stress it enough. A guy like Sam Howell kind of suffered mightily on top of his bad decisions, holding the ball long. But a guy like Sam Howell suffered tremendously from poor offensive line play. And we need to draft. We're not going to draft him in the first round unless we trade back. That means that we probably won't get the quarterback that we want to get a real quality, ready to go in there right away, day one starter of offensive lineman. So the second round is where we're going to have to do our due diligence because this is a deep offensive line class. So a lot of these guys a lot of the big name college offensive lineman guys are probably going to be gone. The ones that we really, the ones that can plug in right then and there, who don't need a whole lot of work, who's not a project. But all these guys, man, coming out of college, at some form, they need some type of coaching. None of these guys are going to come in here and just dominate day one. You know what I mean? I haven't seen too many of them. I mean, although you may have some that come in here. Let me refrain and go back and say that you have had some guys come in here and actually did dominate day one. You know what I'm saying? But that's like a generational talent. You know what I'm saying? That don't come around all the time. So meantime, in between time, you still want to develop these guys and coach them up the way you want them to play for you, for your scheme. So that's what I mean by when you got to bring these guys in, you got to coach them up anyway to play into your scheme, how you see fit, or what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty cool on these three guys. If you guys got any other offensive linemen that you think that can go high second, early third, or whatever the case may be, leave it in the comments section because, these is just the guys that I've researched real quick. And I pretty much liked it after I read the summary report and I looked at all their weaknesses and I looked at all their strengths. These are guys that other than the top tier guys, I was like, okay, what's the next set of guys that can go where we pick at as far as in the second round? And I came up with these three names right here. Troy Fautanu, I was looking at him, but he's more so built more as a guard type. Even though we need a guard too, you know what I'm saying? So that could be somebody, Troy Fautanu. That could be somebody also out of Washington. He's a junior, 317 pounds, 6'4". He may be gone. That's another talented guy. I mean, it's deep. This offensive line class is deep. But guys, we need to be able to run the ball for these inexperienced rookie quarterbacks that we have. Sam Howell, even if we want to plug him in to start off the year, we still got to be able to block. We still got to be able to run block. Having a run game for these young quarterbacks, man, I can't stress it enough. You need a balanced attack when you got a rookie quarterback or a young quarterback. You got to have a balanced attack. If you don't have a balanced attack, he's going to struggle. Period, point blank. The quarterback will struggle if you don't have a balanced attack. You have to have a balanced attack. And I think these guys are sharp enough and experienced enough and savvy enough to know this. You won't develop a quarterback if you don't have a running game. Plain, point, and simple. It don't get no clearer than that. You have to have a running game. If you don't have a running game, the quarterback is going to suffer. His learning curve is going to be slowly coming along. He's not going to develop quick enough. Sam Howell developed happy feet last year, which led him to make a lot of poor decisions. He was rolling the first 8 games. He was okay. He was solid, but those last 8 games after the team started really honing in on what EB wanted to do, it took all Sam Howell's strengths away and left him with his weaknesses, and he couldn't capitalize and he couldn't adjust. And unfortunately, EB couldn't help him adjust. And that's part of the reason why EB didn't get this job, because the work that he did with Sam Howell last year, although Sam Howell was lighting the league on fire the first 8 games, but man, they threw a bucket of ice on Sam Howell so quickly, man, and that guy just froze up and never melted after that. So, and EB was the big reason for that. You know, you got to be able to, as an offense coordinator, you got to be able to help these guys along and help these guys adjust and get these guys to study long film, get them in the film room for a long time, you know, and point out the things that these defenses are trying to do to them. So, and we're going to have our hands cut out with these young quarterbacks that we about to draft, this young quarterback that we're about to draft, along with Sam Howell, the offense coordinator, the quarterback coach, the run game coordinator. Everybody got their hands full as we trying to move this thing off the ground. But it starts with up front with those offensive linemen. If you don't have offensive linemen, you ain't got nothing. Anyway, this is your boy Arbadizi. Thank you all for tuning in. Your first time watching this channel. If you like what you see, please subscribe. Peace.